What's going on, you guys? Welcome to Eddie's Music Tips, where we give you practical knowledge and tips on how to be a better singer and musician. It's your boy Eddie, and today I wanted to give you guys another music tip. Now, I wanted to do a 3-part video series talking about the fundamentals of singing. And in these 3 videos, I wanted to give you guys the basics of how to sing, what it means to breathe properly, how the space in your mouth should be, and I wanted to go over the different types of resonances or vocal registers, okay? So this is gonna be the first video, and in the first video, we are gonna talk about breathing. Now, let's break this all the way down. We're gonna go all the way to inhaling and exhaling. When you breathe, you have 3 parts of your body that are the most active, okay? You have your mouth, you have your lungs, and you have your diaphragm. With the mouth, you inhale and exhale. With the lungs, inflate, and the diaphragm controls what happens with that breath. When you inhale, the air goes down into your mouth, through your trachea, into your lungs begin to inflate. When those lungs inflate, the diaphragm expands and goes down into the pelvic area, or starts to fall down into the pelvic area to make room for the lungs expanding. Now, your lungs aren't just here, but they can also feel like they're expanding in your back as well. Now, when you exhale, the lungs deflate and the diaphragm pushes that air out of your lungs, and it contracts back up into the lungs and goes back into a resting position. And that happens probably hundreds, if not thousands of times a day when you inhale and exhale. Now, with singing, you are controlling your diaphragm and you're controlling that movement. Now, when you sing, you take a deep breath, your lungs expand, and your diaphragm lowers. Here's where the breathing process changes. Your job, or the job of the diaphragm, is to now sustain a note. Instead of, it's, your diaphragm has to sustain, your diaphragm has to slowly contract as it's pushing that air out. You have to control how fast your diaphragm contracts. That is the key to singing, is controlling how fast your diaphragm contracts. So when you are contracting, when your diaphragm is contracting and getting tighter, pushing that air out, you have to either tighten that diaphragm and keep yourself from blowing all of that air out, right? A lot of people get confused. Oh, it's the lungs. Oh no, it's the shoulders. No, if you're breathing like this, you're taking a shallow breath. This has absolutely nothing to do with your breathing. Your shoulders have absolutely nothing to do with breathing at all. You're taking the shallow breath, okay? When you take a deep breath, and I always tell people to breathe in through your nose, because when you breathe in through your nose, you instinctively take in a deep breath. But you don't have to always breathe in through your nose. You just have to remember that it's the diaphragm that's doing all of the work. The diaphragm is expanding and contracting, expanding and contracting, expanding and contracting. That is what you have to remember. And all that is down in the lower abdominal region. Has nothing to do with anything up here. All that is in the lower abdominal region, okay? So, some practical exercises that you can do to train yourself on how to control your diaphragm, okay? First, you can breathe in through your nose and out on an S consonant. When you do that, you can feel the tightness in your back, and you can feel the control of the diaphragm as you push that air out, you can feel your diaphragm contracting again, and you're controlling that diaphragm. And I have another video that I've done on breathing techniques, and you can go ahead and take a look at that video. I'll have it somewhere in the cards. But that's one exercise that you can do to control your breathing. Another thing that you can do is that another exercise that you can do is to lip trill or lip blub. Okay, that's another exercise that you can feel the diaphragm contracting, and when you retake a breath to refill your lungs, so you can repeat that process, you can feel yourself taking that deep breath. Okay, and the lip trills kind of go like this. You can feel all of that tighten up. Now, once again, and I can't stress this point enough, make sure that you are not lifting these shoulders when you breathe. You're taking a shallow breath. You're not even filling up your lungs completely, and you're not going to. If anything, it's going to start causing strain up here because you're not keeping all the energy down here. All of your singing energy, all the tightness, none of it should be up here. It should all be down here. Okay, and part of that comes from understanding what you do when you breathe. Okay, so in conclusion for this video, just remember that when you inhale, diaphragm expands to allow lungs to inflate. When you exhale, diaphragm contracts to push out air from the lungs. And that is how you power your voice, and that is how you breathe. Okay, so guys, if you like this video, you can go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notifications of when I make new videos, and stay tuned for next week's video of singing fundamentals with Eddie's Music Tips. I'm Eddie. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Peace.